What's going on? I am going to be talking about a topic that a lot of people are concerned about. I look at my channel and my analytics, and I really have to say a lot of videos I get a lot of responses to. I get a lot of feedback to. Even some videos, I'm surprised that I get the feedback that I get on certain topics. But if I have to say the center point of why my channel is uh pretty much as it is, as far as the subscribers, as far as just as far as what people actually watch on my videos, as far as the most watched videos, a couple of my videos have been deleted. I've had problems with certain videos. I don't know if it was someone flagging my video or it was just YouTube. I was monetized, but then they said I reused some content, and basically they demonetized my channel because of it. But all that aside, I would have to say one of the most viewed videos that I've had on my channel is the same lady that talks about bottled water, but she was actually talking about MMS and how it cures a lot of different ailments. And one of those ailments, or treats, I should say treats. Let me first off, before I even get into this video, I want to first say this video is for research and educational purposes. I am not a medical doctor, and this content is just for research and educational purposes. Now, with that being said, yes, a lot of what I find, as far as even the video on Charleston White, when he's actually talking about popular rapper and his rumored herpes outbreaks and stuff like that. I'm definitely going to be talking more about that, and I'm going to actually talk more in detail and zero in on this actual disease. Is actually a parasite. Herpes is actually a parasite. Okay. Um, the actual parasite that herpes comes from is basically it's actually a worm. Okay. It's actually an actual microscopic worm. Okay. It actually lies dormant in the body. It feeds on your basically insides. Your body cannot, your natural immunity cannot get rid of it naturally. That's why it's no actual cure. It's treatments that people can take, right? Like I don't, if you're older enough, you have probably heard a commercial of like it was called Valtrex. That is like one of the treatments for herpes. The actual medicine called Valtrex. It used to be a commercial that pretty much used to come on, and like a lot of medical commercials, they would basically have it where it was kind of really almost like people were like, having a good time, living their life, and you know, they were taking vow tracks, right? And they were, just basically living their life, right? And is, nice music and everything like that. But yes, herpes is not necessarily something that um is in a case where you just happy go lucky and you're living your life. I mean, it's I will admit that herpes is something that is very common. It is very, very easy to get. It's so many types of different types of herpes. Typically a cold sore in your mouth is actually herpes. It's a lot of different types of herpes. And it, even to the point where it is on your hands, it could be on your face. That's why another reason why, parents, very responsible parents, they don't want you kissing their child. They don't want you kissing their baby because you actually give off pathogens to your, infant from someone else kissing your child and even touching your child. You know, um, usually a mother, a very protective mother, she does not let her, even family members touch her brand new newborn baby. Okay, and and it's like, people would actually be thinking, damn, she's just too overprotective. But no, I mean, you shouldn't. I really don't think that, anyone should be kissing any fucking baby, because I would even say to the extreme, far, far extreme, I don't even think parents should be kissing their baby. You know, I mean, it's a natural imperative, but it's just like, it's a lot of things as far as contagions you can get on to the child. But you have certain people that are, infectious disease, experts, as well as scientists and doctors and stuff like that. Their vantage point is that you want to basically have your children come across all kind of different bacteria so they can have an immunity to bacteria and parasites. um you know I would have to say that I'm not that extreme with it, but your children from infancy to, adulthood will have basically interactions with both infectious bacteria as well as parasites. I mean, that's just part of life at this point. One of the things about bacteria and parasites is that they're part of the, ecology. I mean, these parasites are trying to eat and destroy you every single day. I mean, just because they're small and microscopic does not mean that they're, not trying to eat you alive. Just like, a vulture, or some actual, animal that's a predator. They can be just as ferocious and relentless as, a mosquito. A mosquito kills people every single day. You just don't really hear about it, because they carry a lot of pathogens. You know, you have mites, you have all kinds of things that are just trying to chew on your ass. If you in your bed and you actually feel something bite you, well, and then you look around, you trying to see it and you can't see it, well, most likely that's something either like a bed bug, or it could even be a mite where you can't see it, it's microscopic. um, and you have to basically change your bed sheets. Basically, a lot of times you have to change your bed sheets like at least once a week, to be honest. Depending on how much germs you have on you, or what type of lifestyle you live. You might have a lifestyle where you work outside. I would say if you work outside, you probably need to change your bed sheets twice a week, because you're bringing in pathogens from the outside to the inside. It gets on your bed sheets, and yeah, it gets rather cumbersome. Now, I know a lot of times people are really busy. They get lazy, and then they don't want to change their bed sheets. But here's the thing. A lot of times you have to change your bed sheets, at least, like I say, once a week. And then also you should disinfect your bed. You should basically use something to disinfect your bed, either Lysol, or another thing that is very, very effective. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about here is this is it's called a UV sanitizer, because one of the things that a lot of people don't know is that a lot of these parasites and bacteria can be eliminated very effectively by using UV lights. And I'll show you kind of how it works with UV lights. Let me show you what a UV light looks like. So this is like a UV lamp right here. And what you do is you basically, like, for example, for your bed, you go over your bed with the UV light, about twice a week. And what will happen is the UV light won't kill the bacteria. What it'll do is it'll basically make the bacteria or parasites unable to actually reproduce. It'll break down their DNA, microbial matter, and they'll basically be not able to reproduce, and then they'll basically, in essence, die out, and in essence, eliminating the bacteria. So this was used a lot during the pandemic. Is still going on. This is something that a lot of times people already have. It's just very, very effective in eliminating bacteria and parasites on your bed. Now, the thing is that you do not want to use this on your person. Okay, what do I mean by on your person? You don't want to use this on your body. Don't you? This is not for your body, your skin, your hair. You do not want to use this. Like, you don't want to. I'm talking about herpes. You got herpes. You do not want to put this on your fucking body, to get rid of herpes. Okay, so I'm just saying this as far as, if you have problems with, like, maybe you want to use this in your car. What's the most people are in their car, their maybe office. If they work in the office and they sit in the office, you want to use this in your office. You want to use this on your bed, right? Um, maybe even doorknobs in your house and stuff like that. Another thing is that if you have the money, you want to pay a cleaning company. A lot of times what people find is that people are actually having arguments about who should be able to clean their house, or who should be able to, it's a bad thing to hire someone to help clean your house. It's a big movement as far as the residential and commercial cleaning business, but the thing is that it's more affordable nowadays than it was before. A long time ago, people actually, you know, they had cleaners. It was something that was for the super rich, the super elite. Well, nowadays, it's more affordable to clean your house. Like, for example, you can have a cleaning company clean your entire house for like less than $500 a month. If you got like a really big house, right? And then what they'll do is they'll come and do light clean, maybe like once a week, and it averages about $125. And then they'll come in, vacuum, change your bed sheets, not necessarily wash your clothes. It'll cost more for them to wash your clothes and stuff like that, but they'll, like, pick up stuff off the floor, put it in the hamper for you, clean up and stuff like that. And what this does is it allows you time to actually do other things, and it avoids arguments. Like, a lot of couples, either the husband is messy or the wife is messy, or whatever partnership is going on in America. um you know Live in common law marriage, whatever. People argue actually over who cleaned the house or why the house is unclean. And a lot of times that could be avoided, with a little money to actually clean your house up. And it actually, some cleaning companies have certain sanitation devices. They actually, have sanitation, cleaning solutions that they use. I mean, this is just something that, that could be done, right? So, yeah, when it comes to, like, like I say, bacteria and stuff like that, UV lights is something that is kind of new, that could be used. You also have UV. You have something else is called UV, air filtration, air purifier. You know, um, this is like, let me see if I can find something that, it's just not even that expensive, but you have some that are more expensive than others. But this is another solution here, because a lot of times, I've said this before, you do need some type of air purifier in the home. Most people do need air purification. You know, I pretty much, you know, I can't say enough. We live in a house, unless basically have something in your house already where it's already built in. Most people houses do not have built in, air purification. Only places that I know that actually have those are modern offices, and hospitals, where they have built-in air filtration. Most common homes, you're going to need, a certain layer of air purification. It just is what it is, because you have pathogens floating around in the air. You have, things floating in the air, such as even lead. It basically is a situation where it affects your air quality inside your home. So you have air purifiers that actually have UV lights in it, and then you also have water, filtration that uses UV lights. And of course, if you didn't know, one of the qualities about having copper, piping, why some of the reason why it's so expensive, copper actually, kills aids in killing bacteria. Water flows through the copper pipes, and copper has some type of the minerals in copper aids in killing bacteria. Okay, lead pipes are actually not good. You always hear about lead pipes. You hear about Flint, Michigan, and all of that type of stuff. A lot of those old piping systems from the 1800s and older were they were using lead pipes, and lead actually seeps into the water, and thus the reason that you also need um, you know water purification as well. So yeah, a lot of times people don't talk about this because um I would just say it really is a thing of luxury. I mean, this is like it shouldn't be luxury, but it's like it's almost like talking bougie talk to talk about air purification, sanitization, UV lights, because it just people we always talk about how we live in the first world, and America is so advanced and shit like that. But most people live like savages. Most people just live generally basic. Like they don't even, most people don't have these things in their household. Let's just keep it real. We really are not as advanced as we think we are. Our water quality, even in America, you can't drink water straight from the faucet and not expect to have diarrhea, not expect to have possible lead seepage and also other seepage. So yeah, I mean, we're not as far in advance as we think we are. I remember going downtown Chicago, and it's people pissing in the stairways and stuff like that. And one of the reasons why people are pissing, is because you have these hotels and you have these businesses, because there's so many homeless people and bums and stuff roaming around. They don't want people to come inside to use the bathroom. So basically, it leads other people to basically having to piss outside. And it's really backwards in third world, to be exact. But yeah, I mean, it's just one example of many of why even this country being so quote unquote rich and wealthy, it's a lot of third world, uh you know it's basically examples of how things are in this country. One of the things is that, like I say, the water quality and even air quality. Because even like I said before, it's certain areas that it's just terrible air quality. If you actually, a lot of times people actually they look at crime, right? When you want to live in a neighborhood, people always ask or try to look around for signs of crime. Well, you never thought to use that same, actual concern to look up the air quality. Is there any factories around? What is the air quality like? The same demographics that you look up for crime, you can actually look up to see what the air quality is, right? But a lot of people don't talk about that, and don't zero in on that. But all of that aside, I'm going to get into the conversation that I'm going to be having today, and that is on this disease. Um, this disease is basically herpes, okay? And we're gonna talk about first what is herpes, and I'm gonna talk about. I've already talked about um, why I'm doing this this actual this topic. Basically, I'll just say in short, the reason why I'm doing this topic is because this is what you want to hear. You know, the analytics don't lie. You know, a lot of people actually do have herpes. There's two common types of herpes. There's oral and genital herpes. Okay, basically herpes in the mouth, and then also herpes on the genitalia. Okay, um, basically on the penis and the vagina. Okay, how do you get herpes? And okay, what actually is herpes? I said it's a worm. Basically, it's actually a worm, and there's different types of uh of herpes. They're called simplexes. So there's HSV1 and HSV2. So let me put this on the let me see here. HSV1 and HSV2. So those are the most common forms of herpes. And basically what herpes is, let me put this in the uh let's see. A lot of times they just, the medical industry, they like to hide this stuff though. It's called a herpetic worm. Okay, and this worm basically, like I say, it's a parasite. Okay, it is a parasite, and it is very similar to a tapeworm. Okay, if you know anything about tapeworms are very difficult to get rid of. They basically lay thousands of eggs a day. Okay, they basically, as soon as you get rid of them, they just come right back. Okay, like it's almost like trying to get rid of roaches in your house. Like, um, it is pretty hard to get rid of. It's almost like impossible to get rid of just by just not doing anything. So, basically, I'm going to put something else here because I'm going to be showing for educational purposes. If you have sensitive eyes, you could basically just listen to me. Don't look at the actual um, screen I'm going to share, because one of the things I will say as far as being in a medical field, I don't really have the stomach for a lot of this shit. A lot of this is in the Bible. This is called pestilence. You know, even I guess in the Quran it will just be an Arabic word of that. But this is petulance. I mean, basically, these things are just nasty. That's why doctors and healers, even myself, I would definitely call myself a healer. I am going to talk about certain things that you could possibly do if you have this disease, if you have this parasite in your body. A lot of people, actually, I'll be honest with you, because of how widespread it is. I think they say, I don't know the statistics on herpes, but it's so common that a lot of times people don't, the STD clinics don't even test for it unless you ask for it. You have to actually ask for a SV1, SV2 test. Okay. And obviously, um, this is one of the reasons why I'm not fucking having sex with the whole world, and I'm not like joining the whole pussy contest, because a lot of basically people have herpes. Okay, I don't fucking want herpes. Um, is a woman that I was talking to, very nice woman, got a lot of medical issues. One of those medical issues was herpes. Okay, she checked a lot of boxes. She, was a very smart, very vibrant woman, trying to do better for herself. But one of those boxes, unfortunately negative for her, is that she checked the box of having, herpes. Okay. And the thing is that she was nice about it. How many women probably don't even tell you they have herpes, or even men that are trying to date women that have herpes. One of the things about this disease is if you actually you hear a lot of celebrities that actually have had herpes and pass it on to the woman that they were sleeping with, and they sued them in court. You know, uh, you know, uh, it's a lot of cases that happen where the actual person that they slept with, they sued the celebrity in court, and basically for damages. It's this is very, very much common amongst a lot of celebrities, because they be sleeping around with everybody and spreading herpes. Okay, now there are treatments for this disease. One of those treatments, like I said, was on my channel. It was like over 100,000 views, and it was basically talking about MMS, which is basically miracle mineral supplement. Now they did delete this shit from my channel, because I definitely do strongly believe that it's certain medical industries that want to make money off of you actually being uncured, untreated, and sick as fuck. I strongly believe that. Well, I mean, the thing about a lot of things statistically, as far as white people, is very high, because I mean it's more white people in this country than any people in this country. But here's the thing. It kind of goes back to sex education. Sex education is not very popular as far as I'm hearing in the school system. It's something I think that is you have to actually request, but we're not being sexually educated. Our parents are not teaching us, so where are we going to learn this shit from? You know, and the thing is that what's being pushed on us to be these players, pimps, max, and sleeping with a whole bunch of fucking women, and then women sleeping with a whole bunch of dudes, having hot girl summers, fucking city girl in it up, all of this bullshit. And this is one of the drawbacks of all of that shit, the herpetic worm, swimming inside your body on the surface with kissing, touch to touch, and also sexual intercourse. You know what I'm saying? This is the uncomfortable truth, you know. And it's one of the reasons why, I have no problem waiting to find a quality woman. And definitely the woman that did have herpes, I did give her information of actual people that they help with certain treatments for this parasite to remove this parasite. Okay. And also treat the effects, because once this parasite is in you, basically there's lingering effects of this parasite, of this worm inside your body. I will be right back. Give me about 30 seconds. So yeah, this is definitely something that is like I say, it is definitely widespread. It's just one of those things where, you know, I'm not gonna lie to you. I have no aspirations to be the biggest player from the Himalaya, or sleeping with all kind of different women, because it's some women that look very good. And even the young woman that I was talking to, that she said she had herpes. I mean, she was a very, very good looking woman. I mean, she had the nice body, decent face. She even had natural hair. She didn't even have no weave and shit. But she was hanging with dudes that she shouldn't have hung with, and that was all it took. She got infected, and that was it. A lot of times it's a situation where it kind of comes back to bite women, that they want the guy that goes into that whole 80-20 type of stuff, where okay, you want the guy that is basically 80% of the women want, but here's the thing, that guy met a whole bunch of women and possibly has herpes because he done fucked a lot of women, you know. Um, and that's one of the risks involved with messing with men that are, basically having a lot of different sexual partners with women. And I'll even say that it's some guys that they sleep with both men and women, and sleep with women, and then you just basically dealing with a cesspool of different diseases. This shit is crazy, man. um it goes biblical. You could talk about Sodom and Gomorrah. you know uh, you can talk about a lot of different things. Even the fact that I'm not religious, it's almost kind of like being, um I would be purple pill, and to a certain degree I am purple pill. But I can't go too extreme with it as far as things, because I know better. I still know better. I don't be all in the club. I actually live around a lot of nightclubs. Don't go near them. I don't go in them. And it's not even tempting to me, because I just really do not want. I don't want women that are basically hopping from guy to guy to guy to guy to guy. And this is one of those reasons. I don't want none of those STDs. Okay. I'd rather have a baby. Me and my ex-girlfriend used to talk about this. I mean, we both came to the consensus that we would rather have a baby than a fucking STD. That's as quote unquote, by medical terminology, uncurable, such as herpes. Okay. So these pictures here is that of this worm. Like I said, this is for educational purposes and research purposes. I'm not necessarily, like I say, it is treatments that people can take for this. There's actually natural treatments for this as well. I will say, this live stream might get removed, but I don't know. I mean, I'd have to say that because of my subscribers, I appreciate, them, and a lot of them are interested in this topic. So therefore, I'm going to basically talk about what my subscribers want to talk about, and that's what this is what they want to talk about. I was actually thinking, well, everybody else is live talking about various different things. I'm gonna go in the rabbit hole tonight. And I was looking at my analytics, like I said, and I was like, you know what? I was already thinking about talking about this topic and kind of zeroing in on it. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do it. So, anyways, like I said, I'll have to say it again. This is for educational purposes and research purposes as well. Um, this parasite, one of the reasons that is very, very difficult to get rid of, this sucker hides inside your actual spinal cord. It hides. It is said to be dormant inside your actual spine. So even if you try to get rid of it, it just lie dormant and then respawn with its thousands of eggs inside your body. And next thing you know, there's breakouts, because these things they actually have breakouts. There's doctors, like I said, that has an understanding of herpes as, basically it's not a big deal. This is, two types of herpes is SV1, SV2, but there's a whole bunch of different actual types of herpes. It's so many, and it's growing by the week. There's scientists come breaking down things in labs, finding new strands and stuff like that. But at the basis of all of it is, like I said, this herpetic worm. Okay. This is something that, like I said, it is something that you could do about this if you do have the oral form where it's on your mouth. You see somebody with this bump on their lip, that's herpes, buddy. You bet not, like I say, I don't even like to kiss, okay? I don't like to, even do the whole oral thing. I don't like to do eat the box, you know what I'm saying? And this is why I don't like to do that, because that's how you get the shit. So I'm very hopeful that, because a lot of times adults, they should already know this, but the youth actually should know this, you know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna say that I have been researching this, because, like I said, one of my businesses is owlsherbs.com, and I am a natural healer. I actually have healed myself of various problems such as sleep issues, and also lack of energy, and also lack of sexual performance. Okay. um, I'm going to just kind of go through some things with you to actually talk about more about how you can actually treat this if you have this. And I'm going to put in the description of this video people that I know that are, that's what they do for a living. They actually are trying to help people that have herpes out. I'm going to put their information in the description of this video. Okay, so here's the deal. We're dealing with this bad boy. Um, like I say, it is two forms of it. Usually it's oral, and it's basically the other form is inside. It's genital, basically herpes, and oral herpes inside your mouth, even on your lip, and then on your sexual genitalia. So we're gonna go into how you can actually help if you have this particular ailment, some things you could possibly do, and how hard this puppy is to get rid of. It's very, very difficult to get rid of. It is almost like you'd have to you basically, all of, like, to get rid of this bad boy is like to really, really kind of, I'm not gonna say get rid of, but to treat. I mean, like I said, I'll have to say this again. This is for educational and research purposes. To actually kind of, try to do anything with far as like trying to treat this puppy in some form or fashion, you have to actually go vegan. That is like from the consensus of the research that I've done, the research that I've done, to actually, first off, you have to eliminate meat, to actually get rid of this puppy. And for some people that is very, very difficult. Okay, it's almost like telling people they gotta go throw their TV out the window and their cable box and internet, and cell phone. Like, I mean, people are addicted to eating meat. I mean, let's just face it. But one of the reasons why is because, just kind of like tapeworms, what I know about tapeworms and other parasites, they actually do love the fact that you eat meat. They love it. They love it. They actually eat off the meat that you have left over in your body. And even, I would even say, the reason why you keep eating meat and you keep eating it like 3 or 4 times a day is because parasites are just loving it. They're just making more babies, more eggs, making, thousands of eggs a day, and they're just eating on your leftover animal flesh inside your body. And also, yeah, after you basically get low on animal flesh, they want more. So they start eating on your body. Okay. So yeah, this thing is very, very, very much a reason to basically get rid of all of that as far as your diet. But it also aids in healing and treating this puppy because it is not easy to get rid of. Um, you know, what I'll do is, because YouTube is real, you know, YouTube and Google is like fucking, I mean, they're like, you know, they don't want you to say nothing. You know what I'm saying? You know, what I'll do is I'll just say, like I've already said, the basis of it, as far as you will probably most likely need to go on a vegan diet. I would say probably at least 6 months. I would say 6 months to 90 days at the very least. You're gonna have to fucking not even eat meat at all. Like, you're gonna have to eat vegan. And then also, here's even the worst thing about this. Not only do you have to go vegan, you have to not eat anything with L-arginine in it. And I'll put in what I just said. Okay. You can't eat anything with L-arginine in it. So what's L-arginine? L-arginine is like basically chickpeas, chocolate, coffee. There's basically there's a list. If you Google L-arginine, there's a list of basically different foods that have L-arginine in it. You can't eat that. And then, like, like I said, this is very, very fucking difficult because, I mean, chocolate is part of, like, everybody's fucking diet in the world. And then coffee is also part of damn near everybody's diet in the world. It is the actual fucking, like, it's the liquid of corporate America. Like, everybody fucking drinks coffee. But yeah, you would have to drink tea, I guess, as a alternate, because, like I say, L-arginine, this parasite actually, that's one of the things that it loves is anything with L-arginine in it. Like I said, chocolate, coffee, and also chickpeas. Okay, and there's other foods that have L-arginine in it. Okay, so one of the things that I would have to say is that you're gonna need to really do some deep level meditation, deep prayer to fucking get through this shit. As far as if you're not already vegan, because to be vegan is very, very difficult. It's not easy to do because of the cravings and the urges. So you're gonna need a lot of motivation and stuff like that. Like I said, I will put a person in the chat. He's got a YouTube channel, and he talks about he does that as far as, like, very regularly. He helps people that have herpes outbreaks and stuff like that. So you know as far as like what I was going to say, I thought about it and I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna give you like all of the things, because the thing is that, like I said, I don't want the YouTube Nazis to come after me in this live. I want to keep it up to help others. So like I say, I do know those two things as far as the actual vegan diet, and then the L-arginine, and I'll just keep it there. Those are things that are on the medical, basically, as far as reports and medical studies and stuff like that. So they can't say that I'm saying anything wrong about that. Um, but yeah, it is something that you can kind of like deal with and maintain as far as even to get to where you would do a STD test for HSV and it will be negative, but you have to attack this shit because it's like I say, this is a fucking worm. This fucker lays thousands of eggs every single day. Doing nothing about it, it ain't gonna get better. And doing practical things ain't gonna possibly help it either. You really have to attack this with a level of importance to where like you gonna have to probably, like I say, you're gonna have to change your whole lifestyle. And of course, like I told the lady that I was talking to that had herpes, you are going to have to be more conservative in who you fucking choose to have sex with. Look at their fucking photo. If you see them on a date and they got a fucking bump on their lip, unfortunately, they're not the person for you. Okay, pay for the dinner, pay for it. You know, uh, say your goodbyes and go the fuck home. You know what I'm saying? You know, give them some information or some shit, if you want to be kind about it and go about your day. Like, even to a point where, if you're having sex, I definitely think as an adult, I mean, you should fucking do an examination on the person you're about to have sex with. Don't fucking turn the lights out and all that bullshit. Like, fucking do an examination. Women check the fucking penis. Men, I don't know. I would. It would be kind of weird, but it is what it is. Put some fucking gloves on and do a vulva exam. I mean, is that fucking conservative that you got to be about this shit? But usually, I'll say most women already know if they got herpes or not, and most men should already know if they got herpes, because they know, what I'm saying? And this is just something that you should ask anybody before you about to get serious with them anyways. Do you have a fucking STD? By law, if somebody says they don't have an STD and they're lying to you, yeah, I mean that's actual fucking crime, I think in most states it might be a federal crime and it's national, but I'm not sure about that. But yeah, I mean, you actually, honestly, you shouldn't even be on some old like let's fuck right now type shit, especially not without a condom, because you actually, it's been to a point where before you even have sex with someone, you should get an STD test. And because it's a lot of technology, you can actually get an STD test that's rapid, that's pretty accurate as far as things. It's like it's kind of expensive. It's $100, but there are rapid STDs tests that you can take. Like it takes like 15 minutes to actually get a response. And it covers herpes, HIV, gonorrhea, chlamydia, syphilis. It is a rapid test out there. So yeah, it's about $100, but it is some solutions out there for you people that like to have one night stands. I mean, a lot of times you could just look at the person, kind of gauge the person to a certain extent, and you could tell if they have herpes. Like I say, this diagram is definitely the oral, and in the inside of the genitalia they have bumps. you know, on the outside as well as the inside. So yeah, I would just say proceed with caution and be careful out here. You know, I'm gonna load the information in the description. And you know, this guy's that I'm gonna load up, he's very, very intelligent, very smart. He's very successful. He actually made a lot of fucking money actually helping people out, kind of treating this disease. So yeah, like I say, just be careful out there. you know um don't fall into the whole peer pressure of trying to have a contest and shit like that, of a sexual contest. Find the best person you can. If you can find that best person, man, try to keep them around as long as you can.